So guys, welcome back. If you are not aware, there was a big controversy in the world, or at the World Championship, with a Master Duel, with all the deck lists getting leaked basically during the event, which normally they are basically private knowledge, and you and your teammates have the task, you could say, to find out what your opponent is playing, what the shared cards are. So if you're not aware how that worked with Master Duel at Worlds, you had this shared card pool where you basically could decide on which card everyone could put in their deck. This was normally Max C, and then you had other shared cards here. And we have Master Duel Central actually making a good video concerning this topic, which I want to watch here and react to with you guys, so you know what is going on with this current development here.
Okay, Master Duel Central, what's your take on the deck list being leaked during the championship? Sorry if you already addressed, just checked in. Okay, you know what? Actually, I want to be a bit better informed here, because like my understanding of the situation might be off a bit. So if you go to Master Duel meta, basically during the tournament, right, you were able to look at the lists of the players in the World Championship while the championship was happening. You see? Now, a lot of people got upset with this because they were saying that Dkayed was leaking the lists while like they were not public knowledge. So I was a bit confused about this. At first, I thought that these lists were being compiled from just players looking at the gameplay and figuring out which cards are in which. But it turns out...
Which would be crazy, right? If the viewers on stream could figure out the exact deck lists, that would be crazy, but just...
The way these lists were acquired, and I don't think it says it on this article here, the way the lists for the tournament were acquired was using Untapped.gg. Anyone watching a replay could just grab a list.
Which is this website, if you're not aware, that you basically can track your own games. So if I'm not affiliated with them, you can only with 10,000 subscribers be affiliated with them, which it's a bit sad because I also use the software. You see it in my live streams, and you can basically track your win records with that, right? And they also have your deck list, which is where these informations came from
that replay, which means even if you were watching the World Championship Series, you could see someone's list from Untapped.gg. So people are upset with Dkayed, saying Dkayed is an asshole for putting on the Master Duel forum, basically the biggest Master Duel website. He's putting information that, as far as I can tell, was basically public because of Untapped, right? So my take on it, I mean, I think it's Untapped's fault at the end of the day. I think a lot of people decided to call out Dkayed instead of Untapped because a lot of people are sponsored by Untapped. Now, I don't think Untapped...
I also think that a lot of people didn't know that the lists are originally from Untapped. I also didn't know. I also saw that the lists were on here. And then I saw a lot of people negatively reacting to this and calling Dkayed out. Wasn't aware of the fact that Untapped GG had these lists and that they came from there. Like this post is basically from Untapped or from the Discord forum. This is associated with
Untapped.
Untapped.
Meant for this to happen, obviously. So Untapped did have a statement about it afterwards on Untapped Yu-Gi-Oh! Using the Untapped companion to see deck lists that would otherwise be hidden is unintended and goes against our philosophy and the purpose of the tool. We have fixed this issue in the most recent update. Is this...
And this was like, this is basically the reaction to the Master Duel World Championship here. Crazy, right? They reacted immediately, basically.
True, though. Like, I believe that unintended is a pretty good word for it, right? Like, they probably didn't mean for this to happen. I do believe that.
Yeah.
But if you can just see people's decks from replays, that's basically expressly the purpose of it, right? Because you can't see lists from replays otherwise. That's not a thing. You can't watch a replay in Master Duel and just see the list. And here comes Dkayed saying this update is due to him, making him the savior.
What I don't really understand is that you would need the people at the World Championship to use Untapped, right? To use the Untapped companion in the game, because otherwise you wouldn't be able to see the list, right? So you basically would need, this is what I don't really get, but you can let me know in the comments if you understand like the technical thing. Because if the people at the World Championship did not use Untapped on the PCs that were there at the World Championship, how could they see the deck lists, right? You would need the Untapped companion and then you could see it, but I don't think that they were installed there.
Of the game.
I don't quite get it.
I feel like people have a bit of like an obsession with hating on Dkayed on some level, because this is so normal if you're running a forum website to take public information and put it on the forum website. He leaked everyone's decks. He did not leak them though. It's Untapped, right? People had access to the info. It's not like he hacked the players. It should have remained public until the end of day one, but that's not Dkayed. I don't understand. What's the difference between that and going on Untapped and posting it in a Discord server? Like, I mean, you could have done it too. And literally posted the list in my Discord because it was public knowledge. At the end of the day, it's because Untapped could be used for it. Think of it that way. If you have information that ruins the competitive aspect of a competition, publicizing it on a huge scale isn't helping the issue. You guys are basically just saying because Dkayed is popular and his website is popular, that he's like the bad guy here. And look, I mean, I don't.
It's a tricky subject. I think that if you have this big website that you know that people will be on the website during the World Championship, that you kind of have a responsibility to think about what you do with the information. Then again, I can't really call out Dkayed because, of course, right? He's like, I think Dkayed is like the most businessman guy from all the YouTubers that are in the Yu-Gi-Oh space, like TCG, OCG, and Master Duel. I think he's the most businessman-ish guy, right? He does it like, he does the marketing, he I don't know, he has these leaks and then he basically has these live streams and he gives you the leaks so that you watch his live stream. And I can't really blame the guy because I also take the leaks once he has leaked them and then I leak it to you basically. I also do what basically Dkayed did, using public information and just being very early with the public information to have some like gain for your own channel, right? And this is something, and this needs to be said, this is what a lot of people that are not content creators themselves often don't really understand, is that in order to be competitive here in this space and to basically have the views and to have your channel grow, you will need to have like some strategies. And though I like Master Duel Central and also Dkayed, in some capacity they are also my not counterparts, but also not enemies. But you get what I'm saying, not enemies, but they are competing for the same basically audience that I am competing for. So even though we are all one big community, we are also fighting for the same pie, you could say. And this is something to always keep in mind, and can get lost if you're not a content creator yourself. Just to get relevant, you have to like do the game or play the game right? Also, it's the same thing with thumbnails, right? And sometimes people are complaining at thumbnails, not only with me, but also with other people, like thumbnails, they basically are clickbait, like titles are clickbait. But you have to do it in the YouTube space of today. That's unfortunate. And honestly, I would also like for the situation to be different, but it is not. And if you want to be successful at some level, if you want your work to be presented to people, then you will have to play the game. So don't hate the player, play the game. Don't hate the player, play the game. Don't hate the player, hate the game. Basically, you will either succeed in this game by playing it and being good at using the rule set, or you are basically not. This is what you can. This is your choose your pick your poison, basically, right? Then again, as I already said, I think you have kind of responsibility if you have this big of a channel, and it can really influence the people that are playing at the World Championship.
I don't want to be a glazer or whatever, but it's just because, like, straight up, who else is in the wrong here than A, Konami even making it possible for Untapped to do what they're doing and get the info they're getting, or B, Untapped making this information public? In what world does a public forum about a game not cover the game? If the information becomes public and people can post it around on Discord, why in the world would any forum, especially the biggest forum for that game, be like, oh, we won't publish that because it's wrong? No, I saw the Nash video. I don't think Nash was disrespectful at all. Again, I think...
Yeah, so Nash also did a video and he was really like, you would say angry at Dkayed, I guess.
I think he was wrong to be so mad at a guy for having a forum putting the public information on it. Like, it reminds me a lot of that situation where Distant Coder was like upset with Dkayed because Dkayed was joking about legal cheating, and we were all pretending we don't know what that meant. We were all pretending that we don't know what that joke means.
I think this is something with Dkayed, like if there is a person in this entire space that a lot of people are on the fence about, I think it's Dkayed, and I think it is because he is this kind of businessman. He approaches this like a business, and he's definitely one of the only people, especially in the Master Duel arena, that can definitely live off this and make a good income, I guess, with all his websites and having like the most views when it comes to this Master Duel topic. So kudos to the guy that he has achieved this. This is a very big achievement. This is very hard to do. You will have to be very, very disciplined in order to reach this point. So this I have to give him. But yeah, he is like a businessman, and you see it. And if you watch him a lot, and if you watch his live streams, you can also get that. And a lot of people are basically have a problem with that, and I understand it in one sense. And then in the other one, if you want to have your favorite content creator succeed, then you kind of also have to root for him being good at all of this marketing business stuff, because otherwise you will probably or would have never discovered your favorite content creator. It's something to think about, honestly.
Means just to shit on him. Like so many people were doing it, dude. Twitter is not a gauge. Right, fair enough. I mean, fair enough. I saw a lot of people unhappy with him in my Discord too. Although people in my Discord are a lot more reasonable than Twitter, though. Right. This video doesn't help, right? Because like, I mean, I did all that in accidental glazing. Let me unglaze a little with this clip here. This is a bad clip. This is not a good clip.
Been taken away by MasterDuelMeta.com. So Judeo, I'm very sorry that you're now on an even playing field. You now, in between matches, can't be fed secret information on your opponent's decks as you have someone at home or multiple people at home. Who knows? Maybe you have 10, 20 people gathering all the information to feed it to you. So no extra advantage for you. Good luck at Worlds, though. Thank you.
Judeo wrote, you guys are the absolute worst. You don't care about the competitive environment. You don't care about how your actions affect the players at Worlds. You just want to grab as much money as possible. That's an absolute L. You should have just waited to post them after at least day 1, but you don't care at all, do you? So
very interesting, and you know, this is what is Dkayed, right? This is Dkayed. Dkayed is like, he's very straightforward, and this is what Master Duel Central just meant. That Dkayed was basically like, yeah, I don't care. You don't have an advantage now. You go and good luck at Worlds, basically. And I think this is the part of Dkayed's character that a lot of people have problems with, if they have problems with him. But yeah, it's like, this is like the guy, and you have different sorts of people. You have the more like introvert ones that are on YouTube, and then you have guys like Dkayed, who is very straightforward, and I think because of his straightforwardness, he also is or was able to build the empire that he was able to build.
So you guys already know my take on this. I literally just said, for me, it's like telling a forum website to not cover public knowledge of the game is completely backwards. The fact that knowledge was public is the problem, in my opinion. There's no reason to be like, no, it's okay that this knowledge is public in like Discord, but it's not okay that you put it on your forum website. That's what I'm saying. Anyone could get it in Untapped. Anyone could share it on Discord. So there's no world where that's okay and somehow the forum website's fault. That being said, taking someone who's upset and putting them on blast like this, when you're as big as Dkayed, by the way, it makes a pretty big difference. Now, it's a little bit, I gotta be careful when I say that shit, right? Because I put people on blast all the time. So I understand Dkayed, okay? So he's like trying to push it, like toss it aside. And I feel like he spoke poorly, honestly. Dkayed was being honest about it. You know, everyone else is sharing on the down low. Right, exactly. And I think he makes a good point, but there's no reason to like basically underhandedly call Judeo a cheater, and I'm pretty sure he's got no evidence to make that claim. So just, you know, if you want to talk shit about someone, if you want to roast someone, that's fine. You know, I roast people in my chat all the time. But there's a difference between roasting and saying something about someone without evidence, right? Like, we don't actually know if, like, I'm pretty sure Dkayed doesn't actually know if Judeo is cheating or not.
I'm not quite sure what this is referring to. If you guys know, let me know in the comments.
You know, like, he even says, who knows, maybe you have 10, 20. That kind of goes to show, like, he doesn't.
Maybe it's like a personal beef between Judeo and Dkayed.
No, you don't know, okay? Be mad you made your deck available. You didn't make your deck available to the public if Untapped can just get the list like that. You didn't make it available. I blame Konami and Untapped for the leaks. I blame Dkayed for being way too hasty and for his awful defense, and the people calling him out are aiming anger at the wrong target. End of discussion. Right, so I agree that people are mad at the wrong target. I agree about his awful defense. I think there's literally no reason to even make a defense. So like trying to take this like high ground of like, sorry, but I'm evening the playing field is a lot worse than just going like, yo, we are the Master Duel forum. This is public knowledge people are sharing on Discord. Of course, we're going to be the first to put it on our website because we are the Master Duel forum. Like, you know, the one where everyone goes. That's
yeah, that would have been better, I guess.
The website that people go. Some people were criticizing him for trying to be like heroic, and I kind of see what they mean, because yeah, obviously if you're going like if you're going like, well, sorry, but we're evening the playing field for everyone, just be honest, just be like, no, this is my website, we're trying to keep the website, you know, we're snappy with it, we're trying to be fast with it, we're trying to have everything on our website ASAP, right?
Yeah, and this is what I just talked about, right? I think this is also the most like honest thing that to just tell the people what I just told you, basically, right? That as a content creator, and this is what Dkayed is, you have to like find the advantage. You have to cut corners. You have to be faster than is your competition. That's just how it is. Competition is a good word, not enemy. I wasn't finding the correct word. This is just how it is, right? There's just a limited amount of attention going around in any niche, basically. And if you can't get the attention, then you can go home.
Well, I agree, Jad. If it was Dkayed that data mined, right? Like if Dkayed or Master Duel Meta, the website, data mined the deck lists to post them, that's way different. But yes. That's not what happened, right? Untapped definitely got the Konami ninjas at their door, as they should. Only people you should be mad at is Konami, because Untapped has to go through them. Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know if there's some type of deal between Konami and Untapped.
I also don't think so, honestly. I do not think that Untapped has to go through Konami to install the software, but I'm not
I
quite
really
sure.
don't understand how that stuff worked. No, I saw
Same.
that pain. I saw that they updated their app so that the decks can't leak again. The best team, yeah, exactly. And it didn't change anything because Jesse won as he should and as he was going to, you know? And that was an awesome tournament. But yeah, that's basically my take on the whole Dkayed thing. Thanks for the tweet and everything.
Also, something to be said here, I also think it doesn't make a difference in terms of how the tournament went then, right? Because this was obviously information that then everybody got. So everybody, obviously there was no person at the World Championship playing there in Master Duel that didn't know about the fact that you can watch these deck lists on Master Duel Meta. So I guess everybody was just watching and seeing the deck list. So you either have like, everybody knows the deck list of everyone else and you can just go and watch it on Master Duel Meta or somewhere, or you have this other situation in which nobody knows the deck list and you have to communicate with your team members to like find out what cards the opponent is playing. So this is like, obviously it's different. There's a different, this is different skill that you either have to apply or you don't have to apply. So you have to play the game and also be on lookout for what cards your opponent are playing, or you don't have to do that. But if everyone is doing the same thing, if everyone is the same knowledge base in the end, it doesn't really matter, right? So you have either everyone knowing every card, which is what happened, or you have everyone not knowing any card, which is what happened last year. So it doesn't really make a difference, right? The problem would have been if like one team had got all the deck lists basically, but the other teams had no access to the deck list. That would have been a real problem. But guys, let me know in the comments what you think of this chaos here with Dkayed and the Master Duel World Championship. I'm very interested in your opinion, and we will see each other in the next one.